Men of Reddit. What was a hard pill to swallow lesson that you learned easily? Just because she had sex with you for the first time doesn't mean she wants to have sex with you every time you're together. Don't let people borrow money because they'll never pay you back. Thankfully I learned this young and didn't lose much. Being witty will get you WAAAY farther than being Mr. Tough Guy. You're not the main character of any story except your own. From a very early age, I learned that life was not and will not ever be fair. You will get kicked in the balls with cleats your entire life. Knowing this moving forward in life, I didn't expect anything good. So I was rarely disappointed when situations went to shit. You can love someone way different than the other one loves you. People do not give a shit about you. Sometimes, no matter how hard you try, your best just isn't good enough. Women are not vending machines you put kindness into until sex comes out. They are people, actual and whole. Most of your friends are just people that you happen to be close to. Because of work, school, hobbies. Take away the source of closeness and you'll realize you never had much in common. This is why so many people feel alone a year or two after college. You go from having dozens of friends, to having like 3 people you talk with every week. Things never change until you change yourself and mentally first. Life is not fair, no one owes you anything, and you deserve nothing. Nurofen. But you can actually crush 'em up, which makes them go down easier. Dating is a numbers game. People get so offended over rejection. It's not like women are hard to find. Half of most public places are filled with women. Somebody isn't interested? Oh well, next. As soon as you realize you fucked up, you need to acknowledge it and apologize. Details are unimportant. But there was a time when someone inadvertently did something very hurtful to me. They came to me and apologized before I ever had the chance to say anything, and when they explained themselves, it was just to show that their actions weren't malicious. They still acknowledged that they were in the wrong and it didn't feel like they were making excuses. I admired their ability to do that. And have tried to do the same since. Just drink some water with it, it makes it easier to swallow. Nobody cares about your problems. Just because she have pretty face do not mean she have pretty heart. Girls play just as many games and gaslight just as much as guys do. Bills don't pay themselves. The only way to succeed is to do all the hard work. There are no shortcuts. If you use a shortcut, it will come and kick you in the balls later. Life will test you completely and you will have nothing but yourself to rely on. If you live life comparing yourself to other men, you will be unfucking happy a lot. It doesn't matter who you are. Someone will always have a nicer car or a bigger dick. If you don't learn how to make money and make smart financial decisions, life will come along and take every cent you have. People size you up based on what you can provide, especially wealth and valuable expertise. People respect you for doing things and not talking about doing things. If you don't have specific plans and goals, you are going to fuck up. How you recover from fucking up is a better indicator of who you are than when things are awesome. It is better to come in the shower rather than to shower in the cum. Nobody cares what you think. It may be way too cliché, but if you can't control it, don't worry about it. Only do what you're able to and hope for the best. Also, love can be unilateral or expressed in many ways. Not just the ways you recognize. Everyone should see a therapist at some point. Likely many times throughout life. Everyone is, at the end of the day, selfishly motivated. Operate under that assumption and you'll be far less disappointed. It's not going to get any bigger. A used awesome car is better than a new mediocre car. That someone can say they love you and want to marry you, be with you, and see a future together. That does not mean they will stay. Next day after hearing this, my partner of 5 years left. People only care about you if they need something. The ability to make money has very little to do with intelligence, and more to do with sacrifice and luck. At one point I thought I had it mapped out. But there's levels to being a man. And you'll have to work hard to get there. You're probably going to have to do everything. That Megan never really gave a shit about me. Feelings don't mean shit to anyone else but yourself. They don't change situations or improve your position. Voicing them will just make things harder on yourself. If you don't belong to a group that has traditionally been oppressed or that is part of a minority of the population, then nobody gives a shit about how you perceive or feel things. My father had left my mother over and over again, and after and the last time he'd left he was always causing problems and not being bothered about my sibling. By the way, I had 3, and if he didn't get his way with something, he'd go through a massive meltdown, and jealousy got the best of him and had resulted in him trying to kill himself multiple times, and I chose to stop seeing him, and I was way happier after. And the lesson I learned is that sometimes you come first and not other, and that parents don't always guide you through life and sometimes stop you from living it.